Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? Y'all know in many of my videos I express my passion for women knowing their worth, women setting standards and raising the bar in their relationships, women knowing when it's time to let go. And speaking of women knowing when it's time to let go, let me just press pause for a moment and just give my thanks, appreciation, and shout out to Janelle Dene, who featured my video on her page, and my video has over 2,000 views, and I know the only reason it has over 2,000 views is because of Janelle Dene, and I just want to say I thank you and I appreciate you, and I love the fact how you promote other people. When you find something you like or hear something that you like, you just don't mind promoting other people and giving other people their props. And sometimes that's rare. And I thank you and I appreciate you and I love you. Okay, back to the topic at hand. So often I'm, talking about women knowing their worth, etc. But I don't want anyone to misunderstand or mistake the fact that I love and I love relationships and I love good, thriving, healthy relationships. So I wrote something a couple of weeks ago that I want to share with you all, entitled Loving Your Man. I held on to it for about 2 weeks because I was unsure about posting it, because I don't want anyone by any stretch of the imagination to think that I think I'm some expert or that I have it all together when it comes to relationship. No, I do not. I do not have it all together. I am no expert. And matter of fact, like I said, I've only been married 5 years. It's not like I'm, been married 30 years. It's 30 years experience and all of that. But I do have life experience. So that's where I come from with this life experience. Things that I've experienced and things my friends have experienced and things that I have watched from afar off. With that said, I'm going to give you 10 tips on loving your man. Give compliments to your man liberally. Yes, men love compliments. They'll pretend that they don't, but they do. So regardless of how much they protest, still give them compliments. You don't have to lie. I'm sure there's something that you like about your man. A man loves to hear about how handsome he is, how smart he is, how you appreciate that he's a man of his word, how you appreciate how he takes care of the house, or how he's a great provider, or how he takes care of the yard or the car. Whatever it is that you appreciate or like about him, compliment him often. Number 2, acknowledge your man when he walks into your presence, especially when he walks into his house, and secondly, when he walks into your presence when others are around. A man loves to be acknowledged by his woman. This is a place where I say I have not apprehended totally myself, because sometimes I can be in here on YouTube with headphones on, haven't seen a man all day. He walks in and I look over, like, hey, and keep on about my business. And then after a while they be like, fool, your good man home and you ain't seen him all day. Take off that headset and go greet him. So acknowledge your man. Number 4, clinging to a man only pushes him further away. If he is trustworthy, give him some breathing room. Let him go enjoy his life, do his thing, hang with the boys, or whatever it is that he likes to do, work out, and you enjoy yourself. And then when you get together, you have more things to talk about. Number 5, ladies, we must learn this. When we are talking to our man, we do not have to share or give every single detail about a situation. If you go out with your girlfriends and your man asks you, how was your date, just give him some generalizations. If he wants more, let him ask or pick you for more. But he does not want to hear every single detail, I'm telling you. Unless you just have one of those rare men that are like, give me every detail and don't leave anything out. And it's not too many of them. Number 6, women, what's one of the biggest complaints we have about men? That they do not talk, right? Wrong. Men will talk. I don't care how quiet they are, how introverted they are, how shy they are, how much of the strong silent type they are. Men do talk and men will talk. But the key is men have to know that or feel confident about the fact that they can trust you in their inner court. That means the deep sanctity of their heart. They have to know that they can trust you with those things. And if there's ever any evidence to them that they cannot trust you in the inner courts, then that's when they're more quiet. That's when they don't go deep. They don't share certain things. Sometimes men will give you just a little bit of information and see how you deal with that. Are you judgmental about the things they say? Are you telling everybody about their business? Are you telling your family, your friends, his family, his friends? Are you YouTubing it, Twittering it? You know? So a man will just trust you with just a little bit of information just to test you and see how you handle that information. Because the worst thing you can do is use his vulnerabilities against him when you're mad, when you're wanting to get back at him, when you're upset. If you ever do that, he will never share anything deep with you again. So men do talk. But can he trust you in his inner court? Number 7, men love PDA, public displays of affection. Yes, they do. Nothing vulgar, nothing obnoxious, nothing totally conspicuous, but little rub on the head, arm around the waist, pat on the butt, something like that. Just a touch on his arm, on his face, on his chest. Just something to, number one, acknowledge him, and something that says, I like you. And not only says I like you, but it let others know, this is my man, I'm proud to be with him, I'm proud that he's trying to be on. Also, it's flirty on your part, and men love when their women flirt with them. Number 8, married women, and especially Christian married women. Be his girlfriend, be his mistress, be his playmate, be his fantasy. Never be too Christian, too holy, too shy, too demure, too anything to be those things for your husband. I'll give you an example and tell you a funny story. Once my husband was at my family's house, and I think I was at work, and I called my husband, and he says that my niece had his phone. She was using his phone. She was, at that time, she was maybe 14. She was using his phone maybe to call someone, or using his text messages or something. And the name popped up and said, my girlfriend. And she brings the phone to him and she's like, Uncle Charles, your girlfriend is calling. And of course she is just like shocked and appalled. And he just starts laughing. He says, well, go ahead and answer it. And she's like, hello? And then, of course, I'm confused. I'm like, who is this answering my man's phone? And I was like, hello? Who is this? And she was like, this is Devin. And I was like, oh, Devin, this Auntie Deidre. Where's Charles? And he was like, and then that's when she just like, oh, and bust out laughing. Because that's what my husband has me in his phone as, my girlfriend. Number 9, don't ever embarrass him in public by putting him down, calling him out, revealing his secrets. Remember we talked about that inner court? Men are far more sensitive than we think. They just have a much better way of masking it than we do. Number 10, the biggest gift that you can give your man, and the best way that you can love him, is by loving yourself and being confident in who you are. If you do not like who you are, then how do you expect him to feel proud and confident about who he chose? Quite often we think that the best way we can love a man is by being who he wants us to be. No, but the best way to love him is being who you are and being confident in who you are. These 10 keys to loving your man will be a blessing to you and your relationship, because I love love. And there's nothing better than love. What in the world could you ever I'll be thinking of. Oh, that sounded terrible. Y'all be blessed.